I was born in 1225 CE in Italy during the medieval period. My name is St. Thomas Aquinas. I am an Italian philosopher and a theologian. I lived during a vital time in history when the Latin translation of the Aristotelian corpus was questioning the relationship between faith and reason. This is a time that universities were being founded. I grew up in Italy in the city of Monte Cassino. My mother was of later invading Norman heritage, whereas my father was of Lombard origin. As a child, I was known as witty and was constantly asking everyone questions. When I was a young boy of 5, I was sent to live at the Benedictine monastery at Monte Cassino. Saint Benedict actually founded this monastery, as he had done with others. My parents had enrolled me here because they had hoped that I would one day become an abbot and be influential in the community. While there, I learned to know and love God and to serve Him faithfully. I spent 9 years of my life there, learning about spiritual matters. Unfortunately, I was forced to return to my family due to the emperor being mad that we monks were too obedient to the Pope. After that, I was sent to the University of Naples to study. Later, when I decided that I would follow God by joining the Dominican order and become a philosopher and theologist, my family imprisoned me in a dungeon. They tried to tempt me with immoral things. This was the devil's way of trying to get me off track and me to not follow God. After a little bit over a year, they released me and I went to college to study theology. Because I was quiet in class, my classmates nicknamed me as the dumb ox. Even though my classmates saw me as dumb, my teacher saw the potential which I had. As I learned, I started to become more aware of the world around me and how it works. I embraced some of Aristotle's philosophical ideas and used them to form my own conclusions about the world and about God. In Exodus 3:14, God states, "I am who I am," which means that God actually exists. In my studies, I came up with 5 proofs to prove God's existence. My first proof for God's existence is that everything in motion was put in motion by something else. There can't be and there isn't an infinite regress of movers. My second proof for God's existence is that God is the first efficient cause. If you go outside, there is movement and life almost everywhere you look. It takes something that already is in motion to put other things in motion. My third proof for the existence of God is that God is the only being whose existence is absolutely necessary. Without God or a different divine figure, the world simply could not function. My fourth proof for the existence of God is in my argument from degrees. For there to be different degrees, there has to be an ultimate perfection so that the other degrees can be measured by. God is the ultimate perfection in different degrees. My fifth proof for the existence of God is that in the behavior of certain things, there is a creator or an architect who designed everyone and everything. The intelligent design of everything in the universe indicates that God designed it. In the latter days of my life, I was a prolific writer, writing about 13 pages per day. Because I spent so much time in books and studying, I began to gain a lot of weight. This health decline set me back because I lived a shorter life due to my unhealthy state. 2 of my most famous works are called The Disputed Questions on Truth and Summa Theologica. Summa Theologica is my most famous and influential work. Summa Theologica was the primary source for the teachings of the Roman Catholic Church. I also believed and taught that Holy Communion was the highest and most important of the sacraments. Interestingly, I didn't really have a social life. This is because I spent most of my time studying, learning, and most importantly, writing. I was canonized a saint in 1323 and officially named the Doctor of the Church in 1567. I died at the age of 49 in 1274. I died on my journey to the Second Council of Lyons. Interestingly, people respected me but didn't appreciate my teachings and writings during my lifetime. Only after 100 years after my death did people actually start to understand and appreciate the importance of my work. Done.